Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to Spiritual Bloom, where we bloom within our consciousness, with your spiritual guide and twin flame coach Neha. In today's episode, we will be talking about ancestral healing. We will understand why ancestral healing is so important in our lives to ascend, especially to come into a divine union or achieve inner union in our life. And what are the blockages that we have to clear, and what are the responsibilities we have being a twin in order to clear these ancestral curse or ancestral blockages in our life. So first, let's understand what is ancestral healing. I am sure that you must have heard what ancestral healing is all about, but let's understand it in detail, that what is it and from where it comes. Ancestral healing, is the process of releasing emotional, karmic and energetic patterns that have been passed down through your bloodline. Now the bloodline here I am mentioning, it just is not limited to your father, mother, grandparents. It can also be your grandparents' parents, their parents, you never know. So it's not just a single blockage that is coming from one generation. It can be an amalgamation or a mixture of many blockages or curses coming from different generations. So just imagine, clearing all that is not an easy task. That's why this journey feels so heavy and so overwhelming at times. So let us understand that what ancestral healing is all about and how the patterns in an ancestral healing shows up. First of all, you'll have repeated relationship struggles. For example, if you are in a relationship with a person and you feel that this person is emotionally draining you by being unavailable, then you leave that relationship and you move on into the next without healing. Okay? And when you move on to the next without healing, you attract the same kind of person. Just the difference is their name is different, their personality is different, they are doing a different job. But that person is also emotionally unavailable, just like the person who was your ex. So you struggle through such repeated relationship struggles. Now why do you suffer from such repeated relationship struggles is because someone in your family, in your bloodline, was dominated for a very long period, maybe their entire life. That person was made to keep quiet in situations where they were supposed to speak and take their own stand. In most cases, it's a female figure, physically female figure. So, because of that, you go through such relationship struggles because you don't understand your worth and you don't know that you have to take a stand for yourself. Secondly, you go through intense abandonment wounds. You feel like this person is there in my life today, tomorrow this person is going to leave me. You will always have that, at the back of your mind, that this person is not faithful. Even if they are faithful, he or she is going to leave me one day or leave me someday. Now, this abandonment wound, let me explain you very clearly. It happens to women mostly. Women, I'm talking about the physical body, not energy. Women go through such abandonment wounds and fear of intimacy because they are considered that they are very close to their father figure. Father is a very important person in their life and they play a very important role. So when a girl child is not loved properly, is not taken care of properly, or is abandoned, or let me say that they did not get that sense of love, security or protection from their father, or they lost their father at a very young age, or their father was in such a situation that they could not provide that love and security, that girl child becomes extremely different, fearful. They always have this fear that someone is going to abandon me, and sadly, unfortunately, because they feel this intense void in their soul, they keep on searching and chasing for that love and security in wrong people, and that is how they attract wrong partners. Same goes to men also. even boys in physical body as a child, if they lack sense of love and security, not just from father. I was referring to girl child as father because I know that girls are more connected to their fathers than their mothers. So in boys case, it's not about father or mother. If that child feels any amount of insecurity or an absent parent in their life, they will always chase people who are unavailable. Either they are unavailable, either they are toxic. Now let me tell you a very clear thing. In today's generation, the youth, they are failing in marriages. I'm not married, but seeing the pattern, seeing the youth, seeing the trend, I know and I have observed that maximum people are not doing well in their married life. Now, from where this is coming? This is basically coming because people are not healing their ancestral karmas. Because they are not healing their ancestral karmas, they are carrying that burden which is making them feel needy. They don't understand their self-worth, self-esteem and values, which makes them extremely desperate, and that's why they settle with anybody. And they think on the outer look that this girl or this boy is very handsome, is earning this much money, or let's say if we choose comfort zone, this person stays in my city, it will be easy if I get married to this person. So these are some of the basic things which a person counts before getting married. But the most important thing, that is healing yourself, understanding your self-worth, value, nobody does it. They're so desperate just to jump into a marriage. Unfortunately, it does not work out. And this is the main thing why the marriages are not working in today's time. Because those people, they are not healed. They are carrying the baggages of their ancestors. And because they are not healed, they are putting that baggage into the next generation, that is their children. They are reproducing children recklessly as if it's some chicken factory or a poultry farm, right? So which is absolutely wrong. That's why there's a difference between asleep people and awakened people. Now here I'm not telling this out of ego, but that is the reality. We all know why marriages are failing. They are carrying this burden of their ancestors, and without healing, they are jumping from one relation to another, from one marriage to another. They think that the other person is the problem, not understanding that they are the problem. They want to fix somebody else before fixing themselves. They want to know what is the problem with the other person without knowing what is their problem. This is the problem right now. So anyway, I will be coming with a different episode on this also. But let's get back to the topic that we were, that why these things are happening. A girl child, a boy child, when the parents are not present for them, giving that security, that love. Sometimes it's not just financial security. It doesn't work like that. That child needs to feel safe. If you cannot give that security, that love to the children, don't bring children. Don't reproduce. Don't do it. You're creating more karmas. If you think that you cannot be a good parent, don't give birth. Don't spoil somebody's life. Because you're earning bad karmas for yourself, no? That's why that child feels insecure and has abandonment issues. And the reason is what? They didn't do ancestral healing. Probably the grandmother was, dominated, abused, was made to keep quiet in the family. And that suppressed emotion, it passed on in the DNA. Next generation, next generation, next generation. And finally, you people come as twin to do what? To break that cycle. That's why this journey is so hard. It's not a responsibility of one generation, my dear. You cannot even count in your fingers. I cannot count in my own fingers the amount of curse, or let me say blockages, that we have in our lives. That's why it gets so intense and overwhelming at times. You just lose yourself, you break down. This responsibility is huge, huge. I cannot even say how huge it is. So, your grandparent or someone was suppressed in that way, and that is how you develop abandonment issues, insecurity, choosing wrong partner, attracting wrong partners, because they did not understand self-worth, value, self-esteem, what it takes to to take a stand of your own in a family. It was always that dynamic where women are supposed to keep quiet, keep their mouth shut. So they kept their mouth shut, and the next generation also kept their mouth shut. Then the upcoming generation also kept their mouth shut. Now the present generation, whoever is the twin, whoever is the chosen one in the family, they will not keep shut. They will speak. And especially when they have done their inner work properly, they have healed, they have ascended, they have understood each and everything, minute details of this journey, they will never keep quiet. Even if there is injustice in their own life, even if there is injustice going on in somebody else's life around them. You are here to break the pattern and not follow that stereotype. So, you are not just reacting to your own experiences, you are carrying unresolved pain from your lineage. That's why this journey is very difficult. This pain, in twin flame journey, we all say it's so painful, it's this and that, because this connection is not an ordinary relationship. It acts as a mirror of the deepest wounds within you, and these wounds stems from your past ancestors. So when you meet your twin flame, everything hidden rises to the surface. Your trauma plus their trauma. Just imagine the intensity. Ancestral wounds, emotions. That's why the journey can feel overwhelming. It's generational pain asking to be healed. You are not just setting yourself free by doing inner work or by concentrating in this journey, but you are setting your ancestors also free, and at the same time you are setting your upcoming generation and lineage also free from such kind of curses, from such kind of pain and trauma. There are many big families, if you have noticed. I will not name them. I always used to wonder that why is their family so perfect? Like financially they are so abundant, the children are so obedient, the parents are so good, the family is big but still it looks in peace and harmony. They are blessed with so much abundance. I always used to think why. It's because they have worked on their ancestral healing. No matter you are Hindu, no matter you are Muslim, no matter you are Sikh, no matter you are a Buddhist, no matter you are a Christian, any religion, you have your own way of connecting to your ancestors and healing these patterns. In Hindus, they do it through not just meditation, they have their own rituals. In Muslims and Christians, they donate things, they try to be of help in the society, like donating, giving. Even Sikhs, even Buddhists have their own ways by meditating. So they have their own way, but they do it by connecting, because they did not have any ancestral burden. In this generation, in this time, in 2026, where everything is so fast, where everything is so dreamy, it feels strange at times to be in this year. Not just in this year, it has already started. We know we are shifting from one energy to another each year. So we are almost on the verge of big things. War is going on. So, in such overwhelming situations, some people are really doing well. The families are really doing well. They don't easily get sick. They are good. They are wealthy. Peace, harmony. How come? Because they have done their ancestral healing. They have prayed for their ancestors. They have done whatever was possible for their ancestors. That's why they are not stuck in that loop. The loop that usually the twins they get stuck is poverty, sickness, ill health, broken families, broken marriages. Why? Just ask yourself, why? Doesn't the divine love you equally like they love them, the ones who are abundant? Of course he loves you equally. But there are certain things which your ancestors, my ancestors have already done and gone, and they could not understand, or they did not have that much time on this 3D to complete what they had come to complete. And therefore, we were sent here to complete that unfinished business. If we had ancestral healing, I don't think so we would have been here as a twin. I don't think so we would have been sent here to free so many lineages, the past, the present and the future. It's like we hold the thread, we hold the grip, we hold the functioning of the entire 3 lineages, that is past, future and present. It's so powerful when you think, but at the same time it's scary. Ancestral healing is not a joke. Don't think that I am lecturing out here. I am giving you some knowledge. My ancestral healing has been easy. No, my dear. I've gone through shit. I've gone through extreme roller coaster rides that I was never ready for. It gets really heavy, overwhelming at times when I think about what did my ancestors do that I am going through this and this. Not in a not out of anger or resentment. I just think that what must have gone wrong that they had to do such things, or because of them this generation is facing such things. I think sometimes, and the truth hits me like a truck. So the twins, the twin flame, they're believed to carry a shared mission. That mission, it includes breaking toxic cycles in the family, ending patterns of suffering, poverty, healing emotional wounds that have repeated for generations. Tomorrow, you as a twin, if you get married also, doesn't matter whether you are married to your twin or to your soulmate, because everyone is not destined in this 3D, so I'm talking practically. But at least you'll have sense of harmony. At least your soulmate will treat you the way you were supposed to be treated. At least your children will be good to that level where you can expect a human to be good. Otherwise, the pattern of people and the younger generations that I'm seeing nowadays, they are so disrespectful. Having or giving birth to a respectful child is also a very big fortune. You have to be very fortunate to have a very good child in your life. It's not about the upbringing. You being a twin, you being a counterpart, of course your upbringing is going to be very different from the rest. The child is going to get everything, all that love which you did not get, because twins have this unconditional love. But to have a good child in your life, that is also luck. You have to be very lucky, and that luck can be gained by doing good things and by healing your ancestral patterns. So in that way, many people, many twins, if you do such healing, no, you will lead a good and peaceful life. You will be releasing your karmas, but at the same time, if you are destined to be with your soulmate or your twin, you will lead a peaceful life. It will not be chaotic. Not the ones definitely which you have seen around you. And the ones who are not with soulmate or twin, they will come out of their karmic cycle. They will lead a peaceful single life, maybe with children or without children. They will have a sense of purpose, but at least they will not be in pain. Like somebody has suppressed my voice for 80 years and now I'm dying in my deathbed thinking about, now I can't even speak. But during my younger times, I should have spoken for myself. That is not what you'll be thinking on your deathbed. I can confidently say, for those twins who have really worked or still working, I am still working, that regret and that remorse will not be there. It's not their fault also. I'm not saying that it's our ancestors' fault. It's not their fault at all. The times were different. There was nobody to teach them, tell them what is ancestor healing. They just knew that they had to go to the church and pray. They just knew that they had to go to the mosque and pray. They just knew they had to go to the temple and pray, do some offerings. That's all. But this deep kind of healing, who will tell them? Who will tell them? Who will teach them? Nobody. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken, if we spoke about all these things, people would definitely either call you crazy, or you would be declared a witch, or I really don't know, psychopath maybe. So that is the difference between that generation and this generation. That's why you have been sent here, and you are the black sheep of your family for a reason. You're very different from the family members. You understand things deeply, but people will not understand you. So don't be crazy and go and tell people about all these things. One thing I have noticed very clearly in this twin flame journey, people, when they come to know about this journey or feel anything, or they come to know about their gifts, they go and tell people. Don't do that. You are an awakened soul. They are not. If you go and tell them, they'll declare you mad, or they'll think you are going through some mental problem. Everybody is not going to understand your story, and it's not required also. We have come here for a divine purpose, divine mission, and that mission has to be completed quietly, not by making noise with loudspeakers. It's not required. The channel that I own out here, this is also not a loudspeaker channel. Nobody knows that I have this channel. Nobody knows that I do such channelings. Nobody knows that I teach all these things, or I am in this journey. It's not required. Protect your journey, protect yourself, because you are different. Your energy is different. But the environment around you is waiting to suck your energy, or even declare you mad. So don't trust people so easily. So that's why these are very important things in a twin flame journey. So when you understand all these things, when you start healing, things start shifting in your journey automatically, because you stop reacting from pain. You understand that you are whole all by yourself, and you start responding from awareness. The more you release your fear, your trauma, old beliefs, the closer you align with your true self. And twin flame union is not just about being together. It's about meeting each other as healed and whole individuals. Because the other counterpart also is healing their ancestral curse, suffering and blockages, no? It's not just you. So when you heal this ancestral thing, there are significant changes which you might notice. You will notice that you no longer repeat toxic patterns. You have come out of addictions. You no longer attract the same kind of people. Instead, you attract high vibration people who are good, understanding, loving. Emotional triggers don't feel intense, it feels lighter. You feel a deep sense of purpose, you understand your soul purpose, and you start attracting healthier dynamic. And most importantly, you feel inner peace even without physical union. You don't run behind physical union anymore, but there is a sense of calm and peace within you. That's why ancestral healing is such an important thing that you cannot ignore in this journey. Not just in this journey, if you are in any kind of spiritual journey, if you are an awakened soul, if you are in a normal journey, it's not necessary that you have to be a twin. It's your responsibility also to heal your ancestral patterns. Otherwise, you'll be still stuck here. And when you'll be stuck here, you'll keep on repeating the cycles again and again. In order to ascend, in order to be in a higher vibration, in order to attract that kind of abundance, success, love, happiness in your life, you have to heal ancestral healing. Ancestral healing is something which you cannot miss at all. It's the most important part. So I hope you understood this episode on what is ancestral healing. Very soon I will be bringing up some more episodes which will be not on teaching, but as to how to do such healings. Just preaching will not help. It has to be applied practically also, like how I did my healing, or what are the things that you can do to heal yourself, to heal your ancestral patterns. So I'll be bringing such episodes soon. I hope you like this episode on ancestral healing. For any kind of personal guidance, you can WhatsApp or email me. My contact details have been given in the description box and mentioned in the video. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for supporting my channel. Keep on supporting, and I will always be there bringing more knowledgeable content for you all. So thank you for listening to me. See you again in another episode.